So again, Brian, what did Greg Voss say? Hospice, right? So, like I said, as the bitted vet foreman, when we were alive, supposedly alive, even then, but look at there, so we're already too. When we were alive, they crawled into the bed of the children and whispered their nasty, gross, nasty fag shit into their ears after they died, right? Whispering faggot a fair amount of Joe, then, right? After the kids die, they crawl into the caskets of those same people. They're that desperate fag. That's why their carnies look all fucked up in their country and Western ghetto life. They sleep with the dead. So if they couldn't get it while they were alive, they did it after the kids died. That's why David went, "You're not a pit then." But he does the same thing. That's why they're competing with Harry J. Faggotoid race. He wants to sleep in the center and keep going by. But see, Dave, what we used to do down there, it's not what we did. Trust me. And we weren't fag. That's not what I did coming up through there. You can assert all you want with Perlita and whatever, with Taco Joe and all that. But basically, Bernard, you're sicko, carny boy. So they all fight and just sleep in the center and steal people's stuff, right? It's just a cheap way for them and the Negroes, their vampiric story with the Jacksons and whatnot, to take inheritances and whatnot. Claim something that isn't true. It's an incorrect method. That's why they're building all backwards, because they're lies. They don't know all the details. So you can assert whatever you want, Robo Rapist Night, but, Steely of the Bitten, Ellery's, but you guys are fucking sick nutter. So they crawl into a morgue or a casket paired. So David's all trying to do the same thing as Harry, and the next one, and Bernard's doing the same thing. The bald Negro's trying to do, following behind a pair. So their obsession, picking street or making street, is that fucked up. Doing it, they'll do anything. They're that level of gay fag to get a hold of people's shit. That's why I know Balafac and Moran and them stole shit. So if you want, you guys can. It's pretty faggatory nasty, but like I said, it proves that she was my wife at one time. But the minute he sticks in the bit of the fat. So you can, Joe, but your method is quite rather disgusting, and there were better ones, but you decided to pair up with that group of fucking nutters. All American! So you can't all American until he's all trying to take over the business and pretend, and Red Randy's all like, So you can, Red Randy and your carnies, but you all look fucking stupid, and it's nasty, and that's why they all compete over it, is to pry into people's lives and steal their shit. Now you know what happened to our reality. More and more they kept doing it because they're that insane nutter. That's why he shows up in that neighborhood, because he's following an old friend, or old friends of mine. So that's why I know they stole from Greg and the other shit. They're pedophile. Robo Knight and Dave steal a little bit. They want a big old court workup so they can justify what they did and go, whoa. So like I said, let them have it, because the first thing I'll say is guilty, even though they're all liars, and give me a needle to get the fuck away from those lunatics. And the reason why I do it, because like I said, the police officers, military, firefighters, they've already been on the group of you, so they can safely birth out somewhere else and take their families there, while you group of nutters assert that your type of racism and truth is what it needs to be. But damn, Joe, Global Light, that guy just doesn't take a hint. So I'm telling you, we weren't fags, but apparently them want to be that way for money, I guess. So Bernard, your business of the ghetto and carny style, they let they'll let him have his bike. But that's why he looks stupid as soon as he opened his mouth to her mom, because he's the one of them spreading the disease. So you guys, like I said, were already evolved, and then started jacking pieces to get yourselves back there. And guess what? You're not supposed to. So you guys can't worry about that honorable burial. That's why we want to warn Jewish Colonel Melko and Colin Powell and Greg and all them, so they don't have to put up with the group of you and you guys' bullshit trying to get in their grave sites. So now they know, like I said, that they're trying to get that wall, even though it doesn't belong to them. So get the stuff in the inheritance, Perlita. You're in, Karen. Gross. But if that's the way you want to live. So yeah, Brian, they kind of tried to crawl in the caskets, and probably did it in Kim's and Holly's and Amanda's and the Schwartzes and the Pewlers. That's why they're carny carved. So you guys can, all American, but you guys are fucking sicko nutter, and it's not the process that you guys want. All you had to do is, ask. And like I said, Joe, that $19 trillion of massive fag nasty, and all you had to do is, end the carny game, bring us down there, clean us up, and get it working again. So That's why our insides are, they make our feet hurt and shit. But he's already done that routine. And you know, Joe, the more and more you fucking group of you do that, the more respect I lose for you. So, there you go, Special Boy David and Perlita. It's not a very good premise or joke that I would live by, because most people had figured it out multiple times in a row. And the bitten Perlita, it's not called bitted kids. And the bitten, that's not what we were. So when you were standing there at that perch and teamed up with Karen, and you didn't know what you were talking about down there, because, you know, some people walked up prior, it makes you look stupid as fuck, Ghetto Lifer Perlita, and Country and Western Karen, and Stan, and Tillaman, and GPS Knight, and Carnies. Look what happened to your guys' Carnies, Bernard. See why I told you don't Carney tube it? See, Brian, why they force a red Carney tube? And they're all fucked up and nasty and shit. So, I mean, what love, Carney Bernard, that you have for your constituents? Congratulations. That's going to be your consciousness, since you guys overwrote memories and stuff we needed. See why you guys wanted to trust in her when they got it going, Joe? Because I did, and she proved that the group of you are the dumbest people that ever been born.